I'm 35, I'm a little older than Jesus, and I started feeling a sense of detachment and strangeness with younger artists. I felt they were speaking a foreign language, they were talking in a way that wasn't fully understandable to me suddenly, and so I felt I needed to bridge that gap, and the best way to do it is by looking around and by, as they say, growing fish. Bruce Mao always says, grow your own fish. So, create a situation in which you can look at new talent and new ideas.
The new museum has been dedicated to new art and new ideas for the past 32 years. And we've also been dedicated to investigating the notion of new. What can be new and relevant without being different in terms of form? For example, the work that's behind me, Josh Smith, who is a painter, who makes collages. They're very reminiscent of all kinds of things, from German Expressionism to abstract Expressionism to Neo-Expressionism. It's a perfect example of something that is fresh in the art discussion, made by an artist who's less than 33 years old, but also a work that is an homage to work that came before it.
The generation that is being called millennials, or Generation Y, or Generation Me, a generation that is born around 1980.
A piece that is comprised of volunteers, women from the age of 18 through 35, who agree to sleep in the gallery during opening hours. They sleep in the gallery with the aid of a sleeping aid.
Cory Archangel has two pieces in the exhibition. One is a video that simply reproduces the caption of the artwork.
That's a piece which is a plasma burn piece, so it has a kind of static white image on black background text. As longer an image is static on a plasma monitor, it'll damage the screen or burn the image, creating a kind of ghost effect. It has my name and the dimensions and the name and title of the piece.
It's maybe a comment on art and its connection to history and how you put down your name in history, and it does so literally by burning into a TV screen. It's also a piece, I think, that reference to many other media artworks, like Media Burn by Ant Farm, and a whole tradition of opposition against the screen of the TV.
I'm working today for Ryan Gander. The piece that he's made is called This Consequence. It's a tracksuit, and it has embroidery on it, something that you know already very well. An item like a tracksuit is something that's easily recognizable, a 20th century piece of clothing. Very design-oriented in this case, since it's a limited edition piece. And he changed it. And with these very small details, he changed its meaning.
There is a fluidity of identity, so they don't want to say I, like, I possess this. They want to say I in small caps, because it's an identity that can continually shift and can be continually on shuffle mode. We look at the work of Caterina Seda, who presents an artwork that is actually made by her grandmother. Or downstairs you go and see Ryan Trecartin, who made a film in which he interprets 5 or 6 or 10 different roles. So it's the same identity, but it's exploded. We could call it an industrial painting or a digital painting, because it's a beautiful abstract painting that might remind you of 1950s abstraction and color field painting.
The name of this piece is the instructions on how to create it in Photoshop. So it's only one click in Photoshop on how to make this, and so the directions are where to click to get this.
It's a sort of non-committal form of abstract expressionism. It just takes a gradient out of a computer program, prints it large, and suddenly you have a do-it-yourself Morris Louis.
That's how things work now in culture.